The Bowdrill, an ancient method of starting fire, consists of a bearing block or handhold, a spindle or drill, a hearth or fireboard, and a simple bow. Many materials can be used for fire lighting. Here I am using the down from a thistle plant. This material works great for a tinder bundle, but also for other things like bedding and in clothing for its insulative properties, and also its fletching for primitive blowgun darts. This small piece of manure is really just compressed and dried grasses, which will work great in unison with the thistledown. I use the turtle shell for a dinner plate, as well as keeping any material like this organized. I have found that the bark from a dead cedar tree makes excellent tinder even in damp conditions. It had sprinkled off and on all day, and this material is still rather dry. Here you can see that I can conserve my knife and just simply pull the bark from the dead tree. With the thistledown, the cow chip, and this cedar bark, I will be building what is referred to as a bird's nest. This will allow the ember to have a source of fuel as well as small pockets of dead airspace, allowing for oxygen. Of course, no tinder bundle would be sufficient without a small bit of punky wood for a base. This piece almost has the feel of foam or balsa wood. Now I am ready to prepare a hearth for the fire. By using a digging stick, I am still preserving my tools. A newly lit fire is very much like a small child and needs to be nurtured. By building a berm to block the southern wind, we will be protecting the newly formed fire. I am now ready to prepare the fire nest. To start, I place the punky wood down first as the base. Next, I carefully place some intact planks of cedar bark. After this, I quickly process the bark into very small fibers, and even as small as cedar dust. Then I will repeat this last step with the cow manure that we gathered earlier. Finally, we process the thistledown and create a small divot with our finger for the cradle of the fire ember. The cherry on top is just a small bit of cedar dust. One more item needed to start this fire is a piece of flat wood or other material that will catch the formed ember as it is produced with the Bowdrill. Here I use my condor knife to just shore up any areas in order to make it set flat on the ground. Now it is time to actually make the ember. The gloves will help make me more comfortable while kneeling. A quick readjust is required to make certain the spindle loops into the bowstring just right. Too much tension and your string will wear and break. Too little and you can't apply the appropriate amount of downward pressure with the hand block. I quickly lube the hand block with my own saliva. Many things could be used for this. Note that you would mirror me, as I am a southpaw. I start very slow and controlled with my bow, staying evenly horizontal and my forearm and wrist locked into my shin. Only minimal downward pressure is being transferred through the spindle. As I see smoke, I now want to apply more pressure and more speed while maintaining an even bow and a steady wrist. It is critical that when you are ready to quit, that you not get excited or jumpy. There's a little bit of physical exertion, but you must remain in control of the situation. We now have a beautiful bright ember ready to transfer into our fire nest. Again, using control, I will gently place the ember in the divot that was created earlier. Be mindful not to rush in and blow your ember to pieces. Relax and let the infant grow a little on its own. The ember is now ready to be blown into an actual fire. Be gentle and patient. There it is. Cherish it and nurture it every time. If I were staying out or needed this fire for anything other than demonstration purposes, I would have prepared bundles of small twigs and sticks. But here we will just use a little feather stick. The feather stick is an excellent method used in damp or wet conditions like the one I am in. It had rained on this day and the wood was slightly damp. The Bowdrill was believed to have originated in Mehrgar approximately 7,000 to 10,000 years ago, which is located in current-day Pakistan near the Indus River Valley. The bow on the right was harvested from the western soapberry tree. The hand block next to that was harvested from the hackberry tree. The hearthboard was harvested from the cottonwood tree, and the spindle closest to the fire was harvested from the eastern red cedar tree. Notice that I did not show how to actually make the Bowdrill set. That will be reserved for another video. This video was to demonstrate the importance of preparing your fire nest, and also the importance of remaining calm and executing deliberate movements.